Yeah, no. Obviously, when it comes to the results, it's not the results that one was looking for. We came with a plan. We wanted to be victorious on the day, but it was just not meant to be. But I think there were a lot of positives that we can take out of this game as Chippa United. It is unfortunate on our part or on our side that there's improvement in our games, but improvement within the competition, that's where the problem is. But we can just take the positive out of this one and then go into the next one. I think we had a better first half. The plan that we had just to make sure that we frustrate Orlando Pirates for a better part of the first half in terms of making sure that they don't hurt us, they don't score against us, which we did. But to come the second half, I think where we wanted to take the game to Orlando Pirates as well, because we anticipated that maybe the energy levels might have dropped, so that will give us a chance to start playing our game in terms of making sure that we go forward, we create scoring opportunities and try to convert. But I think even the second half was okay. We played, it was opened, but few laps of concentration, I think, in the crucial phases of the game where we were punished, and even the second goal as well. Just the game is about to end, and we concede another one. But it's water under the bridge, and we will focus on the next one.
Thank you, Coach. We're now open for questions from the floor. As per normal, we've got a roving mic. Please, by a show of hands, identify yourself as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your question. Is my on? Is this on?
Coach, from where I was sitting perhaps and watching the game, it looks like your team came alive in the second half after you considered like the goal. We saw your team even pressing higher and playing. Why did it take your team perhaps so much time perhaps to say that now it's time to kick in and even go for it with Pirates after frustrating them for more than 70 minutes?
Yeah, no, football is a game of two halves. The approach was different, as I've mentioned, that in the first half we wanted to frustrate them for longer in terms of not scoring. But the second half, we took the game to them, but we were unfortunate that we conceded a goal. At that particular time, when we were flowing, when we were trying, we looked like a team, but we conceded a goal. So that's the unfortunate part. But the approach was different for the first half, and it was also different for the second half as well.
Is that the only question? Thank you. Noted, and noted. Stand here.
From Mustapha. Coach, we've seen over the seasons, Chippa flirting in terms of the position where they had and somehow finding a way to survive. Like, with what you've seen and even the work that you did at Richards Bay, what is it that's giving you confidence that this team has the ability to get out of the position they find itself?
I know that it's unfortunate that I always come for the teams who are fighting relegation, and I'm expected to do the miracles. But what I can say is that I still maintain what I've said when I came to Chippa, and I said that Chippa will never go down. They will never be relegated. The reason I'm saying that it is because of the potential that is there in these players, and obviously we needed to align a few areas in terms of aligning their psychological part in terms of believing in themselves. They've got good youngsters. We've got Ubonani today, who played, who nearly scored a goal. He never played in the PSL. He was playing for the Diski, and he's a leading goal scorer. So once you give them that confidence and they believe in themselves, I think they will do wonders. With such performance and hard work and the commitment, I strongly believe that we will do wonders going forward, and we will save this team.
Coach, you are talking about Chippa not going down. And how important is the next window in terms of strengthening the team? And what are these key areas that you feel you need to strengthen?
Oh, no, I'm not worried about the window. When I took the assignment or the job, I knew what I was doing in terms of understanding my players. And fortunately, the players who half of the team, I've worked with them even before. So I'm confident enough with the squad that we can still survive. Obviously, when we're talking about the next season, we'll be talking about setting up our targets and not fighting relegation. Then that's a different story. But for now, I'm still happy and comfortable with players that we have. Maybe the window might be there for us to release few, but I'm not concerned about signing players or more about experience or something like that. I'm comfortable with the squad.
Joseph from Sports Coach, hard luck with the result, but you came with a solid plan. All what I need to understand was that you knew at some stage that Pirates would come at you at all costs, and you frustrated them. They started kicking ball from outside of your 18 area. Your defense stayed resolute until you committed 2 or 3 mistakes that almost cost you, although you also had 1 or 2 opportunities for a goal. What was your team talk at halftime, looking into the first half that you had that went according to your plan?
I think it was more of giving them a credit, because sometimes when you give instructions, you are worried as to are they going to be able to implement or not, and they did exactly what we planned. They did that accordingly, and also it was the first half. I always separate the two. I always tell the players that we've played a draw in the first half and we are going to the second half. We want to win the second half. You did well in the first half where we got a draw, but the second half we're supposed to fight for a win. You win second half with 1-0, you win the game. So obviously our talk was just around that, but as we've said, that few laps of concentration in few areas, and then it resulted in us conceding the first goal. And the second goal, maybe it was end of the game, yes, but also because we were desperate, we were going forward, trying to equalize and maybe get a draw or something like that, so we were punished as well. But as I've said, we take the positive. It was a lesson for us and a good one, because when we come across in Tangazettu, zokufika ukushisa.
We'll take the final 3 questions.
Good evening, Coach. Karao Pasha, freelancer. Unlike you on the draw, Coach, when you look at the results not coming, what gives you confidence? Because you've considered the most goals in the league, you've got the least wins in the league as well. So the balls are also not going for you in regards to putting the ball in the back of the net. So what gives you the confidence that you can help this team survive with those negatives? Most draws, losses, goals conceded, and so forth.
No, I believe in the team, my brother. I can only talk from Amazulu game, Magesi game, and Orlando Pirates. I cannot talk for the games that I was not around. And obviously, with the 2 games that I've mentioned, the first 2 games, I had only 7 days with the team. And but if you look at the game today, according to my analysis, the performance is even higher than the 2. Simply means we are about to be in the draft of going up in terms of the performance. But I think we still need to work very hard. Obviously, some other things, this is a habit in the team, cannot be rectified overnight. We need the reputations. And unfortunately, football has a short blanket where you need to cover both defensive and also offensive. Try to get the balance, but it's not easy to do so.
Final 2 questions.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, colleagues. Hard luck on the results, Coach. Morning, team from Teta FM. Coach, a boy Matingwan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yeah.
What is his preferred position? Because offensively, he creates more chances for your team, and also defensively, he plays well.
No, he's a fullback, my brother. He's a fullback, yeah, right. Obviously, with ball usage, he's top class, and also defensive is not bad as well. But I think he can give you that balance where if you want to shut the door on the right hand side, you can even play Kamis as a right back and play him as a right wing. He will still give you something going forward and also defensively. But I think today, because I decided to take Ukamis and put him inside and play him as a right back, which he did very well, it was only maybe the timing or the awareness in terms of how to getting that chance of creating a goal. But I cannot crucify the boy about that. Football is a game of mistakes. The awareness was not on par, but he's a good fullback, right fullback.
Any takers on the final question?
Coach, Sia from Kickoff. Coach, how much does it complicate your game planning when you're coming up against a team that has the option to bring on the likes of Appollis, Pirates, Makopa from the bench? Not many teams have that, and ultimately, do you feel that the changes by the opposition kill the game for you?
Now, Orlando Pirates has quality players. That one we knew. Obviously, even though we anticipated that Appollis maybe might start, because we look at the strength work and also my weaknesses so that we can try and capitalize and also be able to deal with him. But coming in late, obviously, when others are tired, it was a huge impact on Orlando Pirates side. So I didn't see that one coming because I anticipated that he will start the game. But he's a quality player and he's a winger with goals. We know very well. So I think maybe the little bit of putting him under pressure in terms of closing down so that he cannot see the goal mouth. So that's what lacked on the day. But I knew the quality that he has, so I was not surprised.
Thank you. That note, we've come to the conclusion of our first conference with Chippa United. We'll be back shortly with Orlando Pirates coach. Thank you.
Thank you.